there has never been a more exciting and important time to debate the future of global gas. In fact, the pace of change is probably faster than at any time in my 38 years in the oil and gas industry. We've already seen how the impact of LNG, combined with the huge expansion of interregional pipelines, is transforming the market reach and the liquidity of gas.
Our final speaker on this panel is Deputy Minister Pavel Fedorov. He's from the Ministry of Energy in Russia. Deputy Minister, please.
Jonathan, thank you. It's my great pleasure to address this audience today. I think all the speakers today are actually raising one very important topic. You know, what we need to do is, in the relationship that Russia has with Europe as its largest consumer of its gas, is to be pragmatic and to be simple and to be very straightforward in the way
Sam Maraki from Tokyo Gas. So Sam, the question to you is: after the tragedy of the Great Eastern Earthquake in Japan, we've seen exports to Japan rise in that short space of time by 20 million tonnes to 83 million tonnes in 2012. And your government is talking about a nuclear-free energy mix by 2030. So as one of the largest buyers of LNG in the world, what's the view of this from Tokyo Gas?
Thank you, Martin. Let me first explain the energy demand changes before and after the Great East Japan earthquake. In 2010, the year before the earthquake, Japan imported 70 million tons of LNG, equivalent to 90 billion cubic meters. To expand the natural gas market and to promote the efficient use of natural gas, measures will be implemented, such as expansion of natural gas pipeline infrastructures in Japan.
What I'm going to talk about is some game-changing trends. What we've seen in recent years is that the world's resources have grown dramatically, and in particular, what is called unconventional. I'd just like to point out also, since I do have the ability to replace BG here, that BG and no other LNG project in Eastern Australia will produce the first CBM sourced LNG.
Just a few thoughts from the panel as to what you've thought about the conference and what you've taken away this time.
I have to say the two I picked out were essentially the gas monetization as fuel, whether that fuel be LNG or GTL. And this was, I think, to capture some of the ideas that have developed in relation to the notional and possible golden age of gas originating from shale gas and unconventional gases in various places, and how we might possibly put them to better use in both domestic and international uses. A great intervention by our chief sponsor, Frank Chapman, was gas pricing. And of course, for all of us, whether we're shippers, whether we are engineering contractors, whether we are suppliers, the actual dynamic in this area is extremely important from the point of view of foreseeing where the business is going and where future business is coming from.
I think from the conference and just the optimism that's been shown by the speakers as well as the exhibitors, that this is certainly a period of opportunity. And it's opportunity that's not just strictly with LNG, but it's expanding into other areas. When we talk about monetization and LNG as a fuel for propulsion, the amount of areas and companies and suppliers that's affecting certainly opens up a lot of other opportunities.
The FLNG side of it, I think, is extremely exciting, and I'm extremely pleased that it is happening, because it's another, if you like, opportunity for this industry to grow and become a bigger part of the energy business, global energy business.